And we are live. NashvilleLou Live's back on the air. AEW Fight Forever. Console pro wrestling video game. Plan on playing a couple of casino battle royale matches. It'll be a short stream, probably about an hour. Should be done before AEW Dynamite gets started tonight. Although maybe not, we'll see. They have, in the latest update, finally allowed some change and customization to the in-game wrestlers. There's a shadow effect. But it makes the bunny, who had about... Again, this is paid DLC, mind you. And they gave her, like, one outfit. You give the shadow skin texture to her, and she looks like a bald bunny, as it were. So anyway, some hit better than others with this. So we'll look at a couple that... came out a bit better than Shadow Bunny. They're going to have other colors as well. Like, it might be fun to have Luchasaurus with green skin or something, but that's a novelty. I still think this game very much misses the mark as far as giving the fans the customization options they want. Very heavy-handed with certain things. Like the Casino Battle Royale match, you can't pick the other competitors or their outfits. They all get their default outfits, and that's that. And you can do stuff with the group suit or suite or whatever it is, but I guess it is suit, because it's like which card suit it is with the Casino Battle Royale gimmick. Anyway. So I'm going to try out Bryan Danielson with his young lion looking gear, which is the black, very plain. Again, they didn't exactly go overboard with the outfits in this game. There are plenty of fans who would have created some great stuff, but they had to do it their way, so we're waiting with a lot of it. But it's still a fun game to play, particularly this Casino Battle Royale match. I didn't check the video settings before I start. Okay, it's working properly. Sometimes that resolution will pull a rib on me and decide to drop down. If I don't check, it seems to sometimes creep up, but not a problem here. We'll go with the Zebra Palace. I was using that earlier. It's got the big podiums. There's something a little bit different with the entrance area there. There was a time where you couldn't really use that particular arena with a Casino Battle Royale because for whatever reason it messed with the little inset image they would show when somebody new would enter the match. It's a timed entry Battle Royal similar to the Royal Rumble, if you're familiar with that. Struggle on how loud or not loud to make the in-game audio here. So I want to drown myself out, and I don't want to have where you can't hear them either. Like AEW's actual announcers, where it's tough to hear them because they mix them so low. I don't understand that. Making her way to the ring, Dr. Britt Baker. I have the music in-game turned off here for everything, just like I do with my other games out loud. Traded CM Punk. So you got Britt Baker, Punk, Wardlow. Pentagon Jr. or Penta L0M. Or many other different names and variations. Alright, so I'm not in right away. Kind of surprised. So you've got Britt Baker, Penta, CM Punk, and Wardlow is the four in there right now. This is AEW Fight Forever. NashvilleLou Live. Going to play this early this morning. There was an internet outage. My internet carrier. Some sort of issue. I'd hoped to finish up watching Average Casual Gamers live stream. So I didn't even get to see the end of that. I didn't even say goodbye. Just abruptly cut out for me. And so when I got up this morning, luckily the internet working again. So I was able to stream earlier today with Warsake and Blitz. I have so much fun with that. I'll be back tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1900 UTC. So I'm playing in this match as Bryan Danielson, but it's a timed entry match. And they never have more than 4 wrestlers in the ring at any time. I really like this match for several reasons for live streaming. You get a lot of unusual A to B to C to D things that happen in this match that sometimes are very comical. You get wrestlers that seldom, if ever, interact, or won't anymore, people like Punk that are no longer in the company. And so you get a lot of variety that way. It helps with the DLC compared to when it was at launch with fewer wrestlers. You start to get that kind of contempt for wrestlers you're tired of seeing over and over again. Look at that springboard by Punk. Realistic game. So Britt Baker working over Wardlow, takes down Penta with a sling blade like she's Hiroshi Tanahashi. So if you notice the special, like for Britt in that bottom left, it's special. She can hit her finisher right now. She can go for lockjaw. She's able to do it before her special ran out, so no lockjaw this time. So you get your signature when your power bar gets filled up. Then you can do like your signature moves. Not like your finisher, but stuff to set it up. It's really fun to use Keith Lee in this match because of that. And there's the F10 Wardlow. Just dropping Britt Baker, and now here's one for CM Punk. Wham. And now Penta, my goodness. Wardlow showing off. Looked for a moment there like he was going to send Penta out of the ring. Would have been a rough landing. Chops. So again, look at that belly-to-belly suplex by Wardlow. They've got it with the shadow skins, and they've got it with the shadow outfits, which in some cases it doesn't really help much at all because they only give these wrestlers in many cases one outfit in the game. Still don't understand that, but they did. At least they're trying to make it better. Senton off the top from Penta. A super kick for Punk. He's barely hanging on. Punk eliminated. Britt Baker barely hanging on. Oh, here I come. So I have the shadow gear here for Bryan Danielson, the black gear. Like he's in the Noge Dojo in Tokyo with New Japan Pro Wrestling. Those guys get put through the ringer. That is tough. I've got my signature already. Let's just kick somebody for a minute or two. Sorry, Wardlow, but you're going to get some kicks. Boom. I think your signature doesn't run out. Now, if you take some damage, then you can lose it. Let's do some more kicking. Working on strikes today in the dojo. Sorry, Wardlow, you're the... we'll work on... It is fun to use Danielson in this game, even though it's weird because it's more like a caricature of Danielson. It doesn't really look like it. It's strange to me. That's just how they did it. All right, let's team up here. Double team DDT on Penta. Oh, Britt's got her signature as well. Swinging neck breaker by Britt Baker on Bryan Danielson, who I'm wrestling as. In this Casino Battle Royale match, timed entry, 21-person event. And worked over by Wardlow. Oh, Britt Baker's about to put lockjaw on Penta. Oh, come on, hit the flying hip attack. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. The aim in this game leaves a lot to be desired at times. And every time I've tried to use like the alternate method, they don't have the entrance. I thought they had the entrance video thing turned on with this. I guess they don't have it fixed. Oh, that's disappointing. The little inset video box is part of the fun. It's like the charm of the old early days of the Royal Rumble. The 1990 Royal Rumble, little box pop-up. Again, very much like WrestleFest. Classic arcade game from more than 30 years ago. So then there's Bryan Danielson against Yuka Sakazaki. I guess this is why not to use the Zebra Palace arena. I thought they'd fix this, though. I really did. I guess not. Plans change, huh? Lockjaw. It's the application of it there. The animation could be a little better. Invisible lockjaw. Meanwhile, I'm trying not to submit here against Yuka Sakazaki. And the thing is, I bet Yuka and Danielson could have a really good match. I mean, man versus woman matches really aren't for me in real life. It feels too much like domestic violence. That makes you feel uncomfortable kind of stuff, at least for me. But in a video game, for whatever reason, it's a different level of suspension of disbelief. All right, well, speaking of punishment, boom. Laying out some there with the kicks on Yuka Sakazaki. Again, more. We're training on kicks today at the dojo. A double leg takedown there on Wardlow. Amateur skill style. Oh, Yuka's having none of it. Just want to stay away from Britt Baker. She's got her special. We'll team up with her. Eventually her special will run out. We'll kick Yuka a few more times. Although she's tough in this game. Don't mess with Yuka Sakazaki. I got Yuka out, so it's an elimination. You can barely hear Justin Roberts, the announcer. Oh, it's Eddie Kingston and Owen Hart. There's impatient. Uh-oh, lockjaw. Come on, help me out, Eddie. Thank you. Eddie Kingston to the save. We'll talk about our shared love for the June 1994 Mitsuharu Misawa versus Toshiaki Kawada match. Think of what could have been if we'd ever been able to see Bryan Danielson against Owen Hart. At least there's video games, huh? There we go. Flying hip attack eliminates Owen Hart. I want to stay away from Britt Baker. She's got her special. Uh-oh. So Andrade entering the match. So it's Bryan Danielson, Eddie Kingston, Dr. Britt Baker, and Andrade, the four in there. See, I was trying to attack Andrade there, but it was like would not let me stop targeting Britt. Yeah, it should be a lot more intuitive than it is. That frustrates me. It's like the pinfall system being wonky. One of those things you have to deal with in the game. But at least there's not any sort of pinfalls or submissions to worry about in this game, as far as having to button mash too much. Now, sometimes if you're trying to get away from somebody and they've got like their finisher as a submission move locked on, you really don't want to just stay in that. You'll get worn down pretty fast. There's a dragon screw leg whip for you there, Dr. Britt Baker. Andrade on the top. That moonsault. Double moonsault. Doing his wife's moveset. Lucha Libre in there. So Danielson now working on Eddie Kingston. Andrade taking down Dr. Britt Baker. Those elbows from Danielson on Eddie Kingston. There we go. We'll throw some kicks over to Andrade. Britt Baker going top rope. Look out. Wrestlers sometimes have a lot more range than you might expect in this game coming off the top. It's very much reminiscent of WWE SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. All-time great wrestling video game. With that surfboard. So Eddie Kingston eliminated by Dr. Britt Baker. Anna Jay into the match. Andrade didn't take kindly to those kicks. Anna Jay fresh into the match. See, with that shadow effect for Danielson, it's just that young lion style where it's just black tights. Some chain wrestling with Andrade. Oh, just work over his back a bit. Oh, that sling blade out of nowhere. Britt Baker sneaking up on me. And Jay has that taunt buff. There we go. Wasn't sure if that kick was going to be close enough to get Anna Jay, but it was. All right, signature time. Maybe not. Snap suplex. Oh, can I walk on cattle mutilation? No, we'll go for the Kimura. Submission maneuver locked in. Now, you can't submit, but you sure can get worn down in a submission maneuver in one of these casino battle royale matches. So it's Britt Baker, Andrade, Anna Jay, and then me wrestling as Bryan Danielson. In the New Japan Pro Wrestling Young Lion style, just dark, just black trunks. And it's an homage to Steve Austin and many other wrestlers that just wore black tights. Whoa. So Britt Baker out, Dax Harwood enters the match. It was Anna Jay, Bryan Danielson, who I'm wrestling as, Andrade, and Dax. Some kicks for Anna Jay. Being taunted. Dax calling me out. Andrade, quick to strike first. Reverse, yeah. All I was going to do is drop some kicks on him. Not going to happen. Just oh, Dax has a special. Let's get away. He's hitting the Olympic slam there on Andrade. Double noggin knocker there from Danielson on Dax and Anna Jay. Got some more kicks. Last kick, snug. There we go, flying hip attack. Worked. Snap suplex by Dax on Andrade. Sammy Guevara doing a little pose up there before he enters the match. So it'll be Andrade, Sammy entering the match. Dax Harwood of FTR, and then me wrestling as Bryan Danielson. Trying not to get thrown out by Andrade. That's been a German suplex, yikes. There we go, some more kicks. Had to concentrate there for a minute. Back and forth with Andrade as Danielson. Meanwhile, slingshot powerbomb by Dax on Sammy Guevara. There we go, drop kick. Takes out Andrade. Oh, walked right into that spear from Dax Harwood. Oh, Christian into the match, Christian Cage. So it's Bryan Danielson, Dax Harwood, Sammy Guevara, and now Christian Cage, the 4 wrestlers in the ring. It's timed entry. You're not going to have more than 4 wrestlers in there at once in this match, and in the video game form at least you're not. Sammy Guevara barely hanging on. Eliminated by Christian. So Brian Cage, the Machine, enters the match. Everybody's got their energy or their momentum meter, whatever you call it in this game, up. Oh, I'm in a bad spot here. Billy, back suplex. Oh, it's afraid Brian Cage is going to sneak up on me. There we go. Signature there on Christian as Brian Cage just drops Dax Harwood of FTR. No, why would I turn away from the guy I'm walking toward that I just threw into the ropes? Oh, just so frustrating. Could be better than that. We got a snap suplex on Brian Cage. No easy task there for Danielson, or anybody for that matter. Let's see if I can hit Cage with some signature kicks. There we go. Hey, challenge complete. Got the weak front grapples in for the week. Be very proud. Trying to throw him into the ropes. Cage wouldn't go, so okay, let's kick you some more. Just keeping Dax and Christian apart. Dax will probably walk his way on over. If Dax would have walked toward me, he would have walked into the kick. So if he walked away, he was going to go toward Christian. That would be an okay spot. But you don't want to miss too much with strikes in this game. It will punish you for just wildly flailing around at all times. I'll have to get reversed. There we go. Come on, do it. All right, hip attack hit. Make sure you aim properly. There comes Miro. Gonna go for my finisher, but uh-oh. Oh, there's no time for a small package. Oh, line cross body. Well, so much for that idea. I sell it there for a minute. So it's Bryan Danielson, Dax Harwood, Christian Cage, and Miro, the four in there at the moment in this Casino Battle Royale match in AEW Fight Forever here on NashvilleLou Live. Oh, come on. Why would I turn away from him? This is ridiculous. There we go. Chopping. Kicking. Double backbreaker on Miro by Christian and Bryan Danielson. Uh-oh. Here comes Jade. Miro takes down Christian and Danielson. Jade strikes a pose. I don't want her near me. Jade's tough in this game, as you might expect. At least Miro's worn down a little bit. Let Jade tussle with Christian here for a moment. Then work a neck hold or something with Miro. Oh, come on. All right, hit the ropes, hit the ropes. Yes, it worked. Running hip attack. Meanwhile, Powerhouse Hobbs enters the match. Yeah, I guess those podiums just caused the game to not show you the inset window. I really thought they had fixed that, though. Guess not. Oh, I could have hit my finisher there. Oh, no. I didn't realize I had my finisher. I was worried about the pop-up box not showing up again. Oh, Danielson, wobbly. Let's just kick Christian a little bit more. German suplex with authority by Bryan Danielson on Jade. Danger for Christian. It says danger when you have head damage. That's not a good combo. I was telling you. Now some kicks for Jade. Christian eliminated by Powerhouse Hobbs. Manny516TX2, thank you very much for the follow. Thank you, thank you. Aubrey Edwards, the referee, enters the match. I wish you could have Aubrey in this match with her gold gear. But nope, she's just going to come in with her default, like everybody else in this match. You can't pick them and you can't choose their outfits. That just makes no sense. Like, it's one thing to say, okay, the wonky pin system. Trying to insist they fix that. Good luck. Have to take huge work. Whereas this is just like, just let us have the people. Not even the creator wrestlers. Just your own wrestlers. We can't even pick from. I can't put any sort of images on my corner turnbuckle there. And yet there's so many things in the game that I think are great, that I really enjoy. The sound, the strikes, the way it feels, the things that emulate things I love from WWF No Mercy and WWE SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. Hobbs working on Jade and Aubrey. Now Danielson going to do some groundwork against Jade. Now for Powerhouse Hobbs. Sidewalk slam for Aubrey Edwards. Snap suplex on Jade. Here Danielson yell, tap! You can't tap out in this match. You may want to, though. Excruciating pain. There we go. Jade's eliminated. So Mr. Brody Lee enters the match. Ricky Steamboat-esque deep arm drag there by Danielson on Hobbs. So Mr. Brody Lee works against Aubrey Edwards, who hits a German suplex and kicks here for Hobbs. See, like, why would I turn my attention away from Hobbs? Like, Oh, can I hit the ropes? Yes, I can. It worked. Uh-oh, Moxley. Oh, Jeff Hardy. I thought he was going John. The wrong wind up there. So Jeff Hardy into the match. So Danielson works on Mr. Brody Lee while Jeff Hardy picks up Aubrey Edwards. Danielson with some kicks for Mr. Brody Lee. Aubrey Edwards gets hit with a twist of fate by Jeff Hardy here in this Casino Battle Royale match. This is AEW Fight Forever, NashvilleLou Live. I'm your host, Lou Pickney. Probably play a couple of these Casino Battle Royale matches here tonight. Won't be the longest stream you'll ever see, but something fun to play for a little bit. My plans to play in the early AM hours today were ruined by an internet outage here locally for me, so I'm playing it now. German suplex by Danielson on Jeff Hardy. Mr. Brody Lee backs up Aubrey Edwards into the ropes. Jeff Hardy eliminated by Bryan Danielson. That's 10 for me. Whoa. Mr. Brody Lee and Aubrey Edwards double team Danielson. Here comes Jungle Boy Jack Perry into the match. Did a Joker? I guess it showed the card there at the bottom pop up. Saw that in my peripheral vision. Okay. Again, don't use the podiums if you want to have a Casino Battle Royale match and actually see the entrance. See if I can eliminate Aubrey here. There we go. We're down to 3. How about Jungle Boy getting that draw at the very end? I've been in there since early on. It's Bryan Danielson. So it's Jungle Boy Jack Perry, Mr. Brody Lee, and Bryan Danielson. Only way to eliminate somebody is to send them over the top rope to the floor. No pinfalls, no submissions in this match. And kicking Jungle Boy right in the face. Speaking of which, let's see if I can get some strikes here on Mr. Brody Lee. Gotta wear him down a bit. It's tough, though, because it's also true for a Jungle Boy as far as him being fresh in the match. You need to wear him down, even though he's not as large of a wrestler as Mr. Brody Lee. Let's see if I can get some kicks here for Jungle Boy. There we go. Get out of the way there. Oh, no, let's not go there. That signature. We go for cattle mutilation. There we go, cattle mutilation. Submission maneuver locked in by Danielson on Mr. Brody Lee. Now, why would Jungle Boy want to break that up? It's not next fall wins. We go till there's one left. So I've got the shadow gear with Bryan Danielson. Just as I noted, makes him look like got just very basic gear. But it's better than what they had before, which was nothing as far as any sort of extras or ability to even modify it. So at least they're trying to improve it. Hopefully they'll do a lot more with it, but we'll see. We're down to Mr. Brody Lee, Bryan Danielson, and Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Dragon screw by Danielson on Mr. Brody Lee. German suplex for Jungle Boy. There's my signature here with some kicks. Well, got some of that. Wow. Jungle Boy went all the way from mid-ring to barely hanging on there after that headbutt off the top, which was rather ill-advised by me. Didn't really get all of that. And I wasn't sure if it was a signature or a finisher, so I figured the best way to find out without ruining the flow of the action was just to go to the top rope. I'll do some jumping jacks, make sure I stay limber here with those two battle it out. Taunts again. Guess you lose your signature for just standing around too long. Oh, come on. Peter's like, all right, we're not going to reward you for just hiding there in the corner. I've got 11 eliminations in this match. Pretty well. It's not over yet. Down to these last three. It's Bryan Danielson, who I'm using. Some kicks there for Mr. Brody Lee, and then Jungle Boy Jack Perry, the third. One of these three will be the winner. Give him some chops. Hey, down in front with that middle rope, or whatever it was in the view there in the camera. Okay, it's not the time to do acrobatics. Oh, Mr. Brody Lee made the mistake of posing in front of me. Come on now. Trying to make sure I was focused on the correct wrestler, the one right in front of me. Belly-to-belly suplex by Danielson. Mr. Brody Lee. And Jungle Boy wants to do some celebrating and taunting. Make him pay. Hey, Manny. Yes, long live the Exalted One, that's for sure. It's a shame that with Mr. Brody Lee, that what was going to be his first week in AEW was the first week of the pandemic. It was going to be the big debut in Rochester. He was from. So there's a hip attack to eliminate Mr. Brody Lee. So it's down to Bryan Danielson and Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Yeah, I mean, there'll be guys that'll make their name off of being AEW originals, for sure. Oh, I've got to hurry here. I'm going to run out of time with this. Poison Rana. Kind of weird on the audio timing on that. Special for Jungle Boy. Get away from the ropes. Let's see. All right, we got broke up the finisher, so at least neither of us got to use ours there. But it's down to these two, and Jungle Boy was in right there before we were down to the final three, so he's very fresh compared to me. I've been in there a long time. 12 eliminations. That submission maneuver locked in. Now, you can't get somebody to tap out in this match, but you can sure hurt him. Sure wear him down with it. I've got the signature with Jungle Boy. There's some more kicks. Maybe I'll go for a top rope headbutt. At least hit one of those clean. There we go. If I can throw a Jungle Boy here. That'll do it.
Here is your winner, the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson.
I can't believe I was here for this amazing matchup. It was a classic, to say the least, and one people will be talking about for years to come.
Look at that match score, 7,247 stars. Put that in the Wrestling Observer newsletter. I don't think that's the highest. I think I've got a couple that are higher. Yeah, a couple that are 8,000. Now, why does it show CM Punk? What a twist. Well, I can't explain why it shows Punk. So I got the win. We'll play one more. Again, the Casino Battle Royale match is a lot of fun. I mean, to me, because you don't have to deal with the wonky pin mechanics and the referee being out of position where it takes the fun out of it, at least for me. Like, just to get the load screen where it had the shadow version of the bunny where she didn't quite have a full head of hair with that look. Again, they really, for being paid DLC especially, I mean, it's just not a good look. I know they're capable of better. I know that there are fans out there that are capable of better because I've seen what people have created and posted online. But the way this game is now, good luck trying to get any of that to work properly. With that said, there's still elements about this game that I love. If not, I wouldn't be streaming it. This is a lot of fun. So I want to check out, let's see, somebody with a shadow effect. Maybe I'll wrestle as Abaddon. I think I should have checked this before I started the stream. Or it was going to be her. Was it Shadow Andrade? Let's see. No, that's just him with the shadow gear. It looks like, I mean, it's better than nothing, like I was saying. All right. There's the outfits themselves, and then there's the skin. And some looks kind of weird. And then some, it's not as bad. Somewhere it's kind of cool. Like Penta, although he was in that last match, but I'll show you Penta real fast. So he's got the shadow skin, but it doesn't look like out of place. It almost looks like a bodysuit. And you see the one red eye there because he has the mask with the left eye covered. I'll show you Orange Cassidy, although I don't want to choose him for this match. There's going to awake Orange Cassidy. And then that's a contrast, at least. So many wrestlers in this game, and in real life for that matter, have black as a major part of their ring gear. So it looks kind of weird with some of them, like we're CM Punk. And the full screen doesn't as much, but like when you're in the match, it's like just kind of a weird look. Riho looked really good. I used her in the last stream, the shadow version of her gear. I only made these two because it like gave me incentive too early in the game. Like, great wrestler. Ugh. It reminds me of WWE SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, as far as like, well, you can put new characters in, but we'll give you a really inferior creator wrestler suite and make you have to go through this, career mode to, build them up. Zombie Cassidy. I mean, I can try that if you want me to. At least that's somebody to go ahead and start the match with. Orange Cassidy when he's in mourning. All right. Something last night when I was waiting for the internet to get turned back on, which ended up not happening in time for me to stream this game when I was going to an early AM Nashville time, as originally planned. I was playing a match, I think it was like Hikaru Shida, and I was trying to pull stuff out from under the ring. It was a lights out match, and I pulled out Danhausen, who cursed me. I was like, whoa. But I didn't have anything recording it, so I can only tell you that anecdotally. Anyway, okay, let's use Orange Cassidy. Let's see how I do. Sloth style. I may have to pause it when the match starts, whenever I go in to look at it. Or maybe I'll just go with it and do my best. Make sure I don't use the Zebra Arena again, because the big podium's blocked for whatever reason. I thought they'd fix that, but obviously not. Oh, as far as the inset cameras not showing up for the Casino Battle Royale match. You've got such limited... I understand with the creator wrestler, if you want people to buy the DLC and that's the business model and that's the plan, okay. But it's not going to be selling people arenas. I mean, it's just so bare bones. You can't put anything on the barriers there on the side. I just don't get it. But at least you do some stuff with it. It's not entirely closed off. Just a hassle.
The following contest is a Casino Battle Royale.
Everybody wants to win the Casino Royale.
All right. Oh, 2 of clubs.
Making his way to the ring, the American Dragon, Brian Danielson.
Well, there had to be somebody in there to be in both matches early. Danielson's a good choice. And again, I have the in-game audio, the music, all turned off. Well, the audio's on, but not the music for anybody.
Next, freshly squeezed, Orange Cassidy. Next, Adam Cole.
Kind of awkward with the Adam Cole intro. They only give you those brief intros for everybody in this game. So I'm in there as the shadow-skinned Orange Cassidy. Facing off with Yuka Sakazaki while Brian Danielson battles with Adam Cole. So this is AEW Fight Forever. AEW All Elite Wrestling console video game. I love this Casino Battle Royale match. A lot of fun. I get a lot of fun highlights out of these matches, these streams. Because so many zany things happen, especially with wrestlers that don't normally interact with. They've got some unusual looks now with the shadow skin and that's just the start of it. Now, I think people would prefer to have more practical options with some of this, but look, something new, and they're still working on it. It's like they've given up on the game, I hope. But no, that if they weren't doing anything with it, that would be a problem. The glacially slow DLC leaves a lot to be desired, but again, they got their plan for it, I'm sure. So I'm using the shadow skin here for Orange Cassidy. This Casino Battle Royale match, this timed entry. Battle Royal. 21 competitors. You start with 4. Go until all 21 are in the ring. Danielson off the top. Doing some damage there to Yuka Sakazaki. Orange Cassidy battles with Adam Cole. Orange Cassidy putting a beat down there to Adam Cole. Side Russian leg sweep by Yuka Sakazaki on Shadow Orange Cassidy. There's Danielson. Brian Danielson with a German suplex. Let's stay away from Danielson. He's got a special. Got my signature, but I'm not sure what Orange Cassidy's signature moves are. Like, I don't know what beach break is versus like if lazy kicks are their own thing or how that works. I guess we'll find out, maybe, if I don't get thrown in. See, Orange Cassidy's teeth. The chompers. Guess I've lost my signature for the moment. Gotta do a little more. Give you the unenthusiastic thumbs up. Dragon screw leg whip by Orange Cassidy. And drop kick Danielson in the back of the head, but he made his way over to Yuka Sakazaki and got out of my range. Adam Cole eliminated by Orange Cassidy. Okay, we're not even getting it in this arena with the on-screen inset camera. Okay, that's not any good. You take it out of the game. Like real AEW is starting to fix things that aren't broken. Gonna put some ha-ha comedy in there too to really make me mad. Gonna give you Comedy Taz, making a joke of everything. I don't get it. I want AEW to be a success. It's not my company, is all I can say. At least they still have great matches, and their pre-tape stuff, a lot of it's fantastic. Stuff they should be putting on TV. At least in my opinion. Miro eliminated by Orange Cassidy, then a big back body drop by Danielson on Orange. What are the boxes? I guess they don't have them for any of these matches. Here comes Rey Fenix into the match. One of the most talented flying wrestlers in the world. Saw Rey Fenix wrestle Commander at the AEW show here in Nashville. They had Dynamite here back in August. It was not their best Dynamite, to say the least. Had that Jeff Jarrett versus Jeff Hardy match, which was not good. But then for Rampage, they taped Rey Fenix against Commander. Commander is phenomenal at walking on the ropes, which are these cables. It is not easy. Look at that 450, that splash off the top by Yuka Sakazaki on Danielson. But Phoenix and Commander had this fantastic match they taped for Rampage. There's a lot of that WWE poison mindset as far as what wrestling should be. It's obvious in AEW, and it's been like that for a while. People that should know better don't. Or they're saying what they think they need to say or whatever. I just don't get it. I guess if they're trying to get a new TV deal and that's what WBD says they need, I guess that's what I'll have to deal with. Meanwhile, I'm getting worked over by Yuka Sakazaki. Look at that. Orange Cassidy. Hands in his pockets and a Rana on Rey Fenix. Oh, Danielson with this special. Let's stay away from Bryan Danielson. I'm getting worked over by Yuka Sakazaki. I'll stay away from her too. Uh-oh. Rey Fenix, save me. Uh-oh. Rey Fenix, oh no. We'll let you deal with cattle mutilation, pal. Oh no. Cattle mutilation, that submission maneuver. Danielson used so much in his early career in Ring of Honor. So you can't submit in this match, but it can sure leave you weak. And Shadow Orange Cassidy struggling. Uh-oh. Standing switch by Phoenix. Only for him to get dropped by Yuka Sakazaki. We had the same four in here for a little bit. Yuka's got her signature. I need to get away from her. Super kick by Rey Fenix. You can hear the kick. You can quite see it there on Danielson. They don't really slap their thigh in the game. Oh, let's stay away from... People stay away from in this match is at Rey Fenix with his finisher. Uh-oh. Rey Fenix drops Orange Cassidy on his head. Yuka's got her special. Uh-oh, barely hanging on, eliminated. So I'm out. We'll let the rest of the match play out here. So Lance Archer enters the match. Again, no answer on why the image that showed the wrestlers entering, how that disappeared. Like, I know with the other ring it was a problem before, but I swore they had fixed it. This makes me think that something got unfixed. Broke, that didn't need to be messed with. That was quite the meteor there by Yuka Sakazaki on Lance Archer. In the range you have for wrestlers off the top rope, they kind of bend physics a bit in this game, as it were. In a WWE SmackDown Here Comes the Pain kind of way. In a very good way. Cattle mutilation for Yuka Sakazaki by Bryan Danielson. A big choke slam from Lance Archer on Rey Fenix. Big size difference there. Sometimes wrestlers get confused when there's a third opponent that's down between where they are and the wrestler they're trying to get to. That part leaves something to be desired. But sometimes you get some comedic effect. Oh, the blackout. A drop. My goodness. Yeah, it's danger all right for Yuka. Lance Archer has eliminated Yuka Sakazaki. Oh, Paul White. Speaking of problems with AEW right now. Case of the older guys. That was sad last week. I can't put it any other way. It was sad. Having him out there in that condition with his legs. I mean, the guy, it's very difficult as a pro wrestler that's just a normal size. It's only that size, all the travel, all the wear and tear. At his age. It's felt like ever since All Out 2022, they've tried to take some of the legitimate enthusiasm out of it. Take that difficult to control genuine emotion, and instead, and they've always been like that to a degree with AEW, try to manufacture how you feel in a match and kind of lead the way, which sometimes really have some fantastic matches. There goes Rey Fenix. Danielson, after I used him in that last match, then more. But Danielson going to go for cattle mutilation on Lance Archer. Are you kidding me? Dax Harwood, another repeat. Again, there's enough wrestlers in there now with the DLC where if I could actually go through and choose them, I could have unique wrestlers in both matches. But instead, I'm stuck with the whims of the game as far as that goes. Running knee from Danielson on Archer. I never hit one of those in that last match, so there's that. Special lit up there for Dax Harwood. Is he going to try and take down Paul White? Lance Archer eliminated. Trent Beretta enters the match. You notice, though, how many wrestlers in this game have black as a primary look. So for them to have, where you can have the shadow skin for the outfit, sometimes it's just like a more washed out version of the regular gear. The palette change stuff should be easy. I mean, pin mechanics, like I said, that's difficult. But letting you choose who you want to actually have in the match, or giving us at least some more options, some variety with the arena design. I'm stuck putting like statues of lions in the back because it's like, well, throw those in there just to have something. And the game's been out now for months, but apparently you have to get an act of Congress to be able to actually update some things in this game like that. Yet they've done a lot to update and fix problems. So fix the stuff that's truly broken first. I get that. But they lost some goodwill with this game. AEW did, and it's unfortunate. I'm playing it now, or I was playing it. I mean, I'm streaming it now, obviously, so I enjoy it. There are things I love about this game, especially this match. Stuff pile driver on Paul White by Beretta. Are you kidding me? But the biggest problem, that Chuckle Hut way that they produce their announcers on Dynamite makes me not want to watch it in English. That's not a good sign. Meanwhile, you got Kevin Kelly, who you signed away from New Japan Pro Wrestling and now seem just marginalized. I guess he's not enough of a Chuckle Hut for you. He's in there telling jokes and making sure everybody doesn't take it too seriously, right? Meanwhile, look at those gates continuing to drop. Look at the attendance numbers dropping. I know you got the big events. And I'm not saying this to antagonize, I'm saying it to point out this is what's happening. And it's probably not going to change. This is what they're going to be going for here. And maybe I'm wrong, but it makes me feel like I'm rewarding bad behavior to watch their shows live, the TV shows. That should never be the case. How did we get to that point? But here we are. Slingshot powerbomb by Dax on Beretta. And I'll note, when I was at that show in Nashville, and AEW Dynamite was in Nashville back in August, a guy sitting next to me, a guy named Carter from Memphis, who was just in town for the day on business, didn't know AEW. I was telling him before, these shows are great, et cetera, et cetera. And in that really bad Jeff Jarrett versus Jeff Hardy match that was like the sponsor, in the moment gave them a pass because they kind of played into that as a fundraiser for the fire victims in Hawaii, on Maui. But at one point during that, Carter turned to me, he's like, I thought you said these were always great. Oh, that's tough. Because he was right. I mean, it was a fun show. It wasn't like I regretted going, but it's just, do we have to endure a Jeff Jarrett match every time they're going to run Tennessee? Like, that's, the novelty. Look, I know that Jeff Jarrett works there as an agent, and he's, does a lot of things, all that, but like, the Acclaimed were cool at one point. Now Max Caster with this dinner theater stuff that makes him look like a geek. Again, that WWE influence, trying to make everybody look stupid, like a geek, so we don't take it too seriously. We don't care too much about any one given person. And it's not like I'm the only person saying it either. It's just you get tired of saying the same thing over and over when things are obviously not changing. But it's been about a year. You go back to right after when they were doing that tournament, the Tournament of Champions, to have the champion to replace, or the interim champion. That terrible idea. Thank goodness TK realized that was a bad idea and got away from it. But you had Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley at Arthur Ashe Stadium in a match for this interim world title. And what do you keep doing? You keep doing these spotlight cutaways to MJF up in a press box, distracting the fans there from this match for an interim championship, which was a great match, but it was hurt because of that. And it's just like, and from there it's been downhill, especially and they've always produced their announcers in a weird way there, but it's gotten a lot weirder. Again, it was charming when Tony Schiavone was legitimately enthused about stuff he hadn't seen before, and he really seemed into it. Now it's like you can tell he's being fed lines, like they say, Bizarro World. That's a WWE line. What the hell is that doing in AEW? Like, that really makes me angry to hear that. No one is being fed to him. So I want to know who's the one on the other end. If that's Tony Khan doing that, then, brother, we're not seeing eye to eye on that. And if you're not willing to hear it, then I don't know what to tell you, man. If this is a concession to WBD, you might want to find another way. But then again, I'm not the one trying to work a major media deal in an era where suddenly companies are averse to spending money even on successful television properties. Snare trap locked in on Riho by Jungle Boy as Dustin Rhodes battles with John Silver of the Dark Order. Again, the hokey stuff worked in Memphis because Lance Russell and Dave Brown treated it seriously. That stun gun, John Silver dropping Dustin Rhodes throat first on the top rope. Even with many of those awful, just ridiculous gimmicks they would have for 3 weeks in Memphis, it's a short program. But it would never have worked if the announcers were chuckling about it or trying to make each other laugh when they should be trying to get over the talent in the ring. What's the purpose of an enhancement match if you're not actually trying to enhance anybody? And as much as it feels like Taz is the problem, I know it's, look, if you're being told to go out there and do things a certain way. You gotta do what you're told. It's a miserable experience. But you notice like Chris Jericho, when they would have him in like early on in AEW, and he would do color commentary, they weren't producing him, and he was great. And then they started having him in there, and it was like they were telling him to shout in soundbite form, and you could tell that because they were showing that on the promos on TNT and TBS. Like, okay. I think for a little while they thought it would be a fun idea to start trying to bump the announcers, knock them down, like have Jericho, the thing with Jericho attacking like Ian Riccaboni. And they were showing that in the promos on TV. And it turned me off to AEW the way it turned me off to New Japan Pro Wrestling, where in the highlight package for House of Torture, they're showing the blatant interference, refs looking like complete doofuses, getting knocked down, and brittle at that, with just, tall gust of wind, and they're getting knocked over, flailing around for 45 seconds. Where it just completely breaks your suspension of disbelief. Any heat you're trying to get from that is completely outweighed by people not being able to take your product seriously. Seriously is something you have to go for with your product. If you're going to have some elements of hokey to it, you have to have some sort of a base. Otherwise, it's all nonsense and none of it matters, which really is that WWE mindset. In the end, nothing matters because it's all forgotten by Vince McMahon. That was the thing. He'd forget about storylines. That's why there's, in part, why there was, for so many years in that company, it's just complete lack of continuity at times, where you get punished for remembering things. And the problem is that's happening in AEW now too. And it just completely frustrates me. It doesn't have to be like that. Look at that first show in 2018 at the Walter Pyramid. Sold out. More than 6,000 people there in Long Beach, California. I was there front row. And Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi taking on the Young Bucks. Hangman Page against Switchblade Jay White in the semi-main. Minoru Suzuki and Zack Sabre Jr. against Tomohiro Ishii and Kazuchika Okada. You'd think I'd be able to say it right by now. Anyway, point being, there were these great matches, clean finishes. The refs weren't looking stupid. They said, well, we got to be on our best behavior for this show. American fans might not go for that. And it was fantastic. And to me, that was what I wanted AEW to be. And in some cases, it is. I mean, in some cases, it's absolutely amazing because in the pro wrestling business, dealing with a company as a competitor like WWE that is just completely unscrupulous from all indications. Get another stun gun. Dustin Rhodes dropped throat first on the top rope again by John Silver as Riho battles with Anna Jay. In this era of having multiple networks broadcasting these, big, whether it's Monday Night Football or events where you have it on several stations, you tell me you can't give a serious version of English over on True TV or something like that? So we're not just making a mockery of it? Like I said before with Excalibur, who knows so many moves and can be so great when he's being serious about his gig. Then there's Taz trying to make him laugh. Taz doing shtick he stole from Bubba the Love Sponge in 2002. I'm not kidding about that either. MJF into the match. So it's John Silver. I guess that it's Fight Forever. They're taking that literally. Him and Dustin Rhodes still in there. Riho. And then MJF. I think what frustrates me with MJF and Kenny Omega, they did that match with barely any build on television. And it was a match that had actually some logic into like why it would matter, why you would go to this matchup, and that Omega was trying to protect his record of being the longest reigning champion with any one reign as an AEW World Champion. And so he challenged MJF on Collision, and MJF retained. But it would have been nice if they would have spent some of the time with all the nonsense that MJF spouting, that WWE canned stuff like stupid stuff he was saying towards Juice Robinson, and it had even like the angle or the promos with Samoa Joe. It's like they had to get in like the ha-ha comedy stuff. And whether you're going to say, well, he's doing a spoof on John Cena, it's just the audience isn't savvy enough to see it. I don't care if it's a spoof or not. If it's on my television, it's there, and I'm having to deal with it. I don't want to see that like I don't want to see QTV. I thought they were onto something with Tony Storm. That was a gimmick. I thought, wow, they have something great here. This is like gimmick of the year. And then it's like they kept tweaking it to make it weird and make her unlikable. They were afraid she was going to get cheered. And they didn't want that, so they had to make her do weird, off-putting stuff and mess. That was the feel of it, at least. Which is too bad, because some of that stuff was brilliant. And it's still a great concept. It's just... And then I hear things about how, well, they're not trying to have every match be a great match necessarily. Not everybody's going to... It's just this antiquated way of looking at things with pro wrestling. It's just, oh my goodness. And Poison made its way into the company. I mean, part of the idea of starting from scratch is that you can avoid these things that have been plaguing the entire industry for decades, but eventually bring enough people that have been taught the other way is the right way. And I can only imagine with Tony Khan's schedule. Like, the dude has a lot on his plate. Even the best of delegation. I don't care. That's tough. So in there right now, you got Hikaru Shida, Dustin Rhodes, Absolute Ricky Starks, and Riho. I don't know what happened to the inset box pop-up thing. I wonder if because I used the Zebra Palace first. But in the past when I did that and then I would try another, they would show up, so I don't know. So Jade Cargill into the match. But again, see how many of these wrestlers end up being repeats from the last match where it doesn't have to be that way. There's some wrestlers that inevitably we're not going to see in either match, the one from before or this one. So like I was saying, though, this isn't going to be a very long stream. Whenever this match ends, I'll go ahead and wrap it up. I'll be back tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1900 UTC, with Warsake and Blitz, NashvilleLou Live. It'll be episode 70 with Blitz. So that should be a lot of fun tomorrow here with NashvilleLou Live. Darby Allin enters the match. Again, I don't have the music for anybody turned on in-game. I don't trust the copyright monsters. They don't play fair. They're not much for listening to appeals. I thought Riho was going to be done for there. If Jade would have gone for a kick instead of a forearm, that would have struck, but not as much range with the forearm. Riho still in the match. So it's Riho, Darby Allin, Jade, who's working against Darby right now, punched him square in the face, and then Ricky Starks looking dazed. Riho running knee strike, my goodness. Jumping around. And yet, as much as what is going on with AEW Creative and their television product in particular frustrates me, I hope they get Will Ospreay. I don't want Ospreay to end up in WWE because it'd be like Ricochet. I'll not be able to watch him anymore. That company is not for me. And so it's frustrating to me when AEW starts to emulate it's not just bad WWE, but it's like bad WWE from 2019. Or like even now WWE is starting to get better in some ways, even though I think a lot of that is overblown from people that were subjected like how many years of those awful 3-hour Raws that are still pretty bad now. But at least there's some continuity to it sometimes. I mean, AEW should be just miles ahead with its promos between the talent it has and the way WWE has those weird restrictions on it. I guess these are the final three. So Jade Cargill drops Darby Allin. Riho runs into challenge. Fans cheering for Jade, who reverses. Elbow to the head of Riho. Only for Riho and Jade to have their heads slammed together by Darby Allin. Jade slaps Darby Allin in the face. Drop kick by Riho. Big boot by Jade has Riho dazed. Look at that punch. That connected. That felt like it connected. Hip attack knocks out Riho. We're down to 2. Jade Cargill and Darby Allin. Slap to the face. Darby eliminated.
The winner of this match, Jade Cargill.
So
Man, what a match. I'm so glad I was here to call it.
Jade Cargill gets the win here in this Casino Battle Royale match. So yeah. You're getting a half star, pal. I was in there more than 7.5 minutes. I mean, I can understand like the other day when I was in there for like 2 minutes or less than that. Sadly, I've fallen short of the strong rear grapples for the day. That's not going to crack the top 10. Although, look at the third place one. It was not CM Punk. It was like the stories you'd hear about 1990s WCW merchandise. When somebody would go to the store and buy like a Dean Malenko action figure and would ring up as Hulk Hogan. And Hogan ended up getting the, at least from the way the story was told, would end up getting royalties, perhaps instead of somebody else. All right. So there's one more look at Zombie Cassidy. Manny referred to it as the shadow skin for Orange Cassidy. All right, that was fun. I was wanting to play a little bit. Got to check it out a bit more. Hope they improve some things. I hope they open it up where you can do more with the game as far as picking who you want and what they're wearing as far as their gear goes for those casino battle royales. Fix that in the targeting. If they could get that dialed in a bit better. That might be asking a bit much. It's not asking a bit much to be able to pick the outfits and the wrestlers in a given match. I don't think you're asking for too much. Adding elimination instead of first fall wins. The way it was in original ECW. The way it is when you're not trying to book just so you don't hurt people's feelings. Of course, easy for me to say that. I'm not the one that has to talk Andrade into doing the honors. So. Anyway, I'm sick of 3-way and 4-way matches. And yet, for the purposes of a video game, I mean, that's essentially an ongoing 4-way match with this Casino Battle Royale, and it's a lot of fun. But there's fun in a video game versus fun in real life. Plus, in real life, you don't have to deal with the wonky pin mechanics, as noted here in the game, or the button mashing. At least as much. All right, so that's going to do it for this broadcast of NashvilleLou Live. I'm your host, Lou Pickney. Thanks for watching. See you next time.